Well, it's December 14th or maybe 15th. I'm not sure at this point. We're still waiting on the Red Sox first big major league signing, but that doesn't mean the Red Sox have been doing nothing. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin, and last month we made a very similar video where we detailed a lot of the Red Sox minor league contracts or minor signings that they've made so far this offseason, and well, believe it or not, that has not stopped going into December. So far this month, they've made a few minor league signings, including their first major league contract that could have an impact on the 2024 Boston Red Sox. So what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to break down all the signings over the last couple of weeks that you guys may have missed. We're going to talk about who they are, why they may have been signed, and what, if any, their impact on the Boston Red Sox may look like in 2024. But before we get into that, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. Okay, so if you're new to this series on this channel, normally what we're doing here is we're going over the players that probably won't have a huge significant impact on the Red Sox, but guys who are significant enough to be talked about in a video. Normally what we do is we just go through chronologically all the players the Red Sox have signed so far this month, and in this video that starts with a guy by the name of Alexander Mamble. Mamble is a 17-year-old international free agent prospect who was signed out of Venezuela. He is a catching prospect that's about 6 feet tall and 190 pounds. Now, outside of that, we don't really have a ton of information or true scouting reports on who Alexander Mamble is. He's only 17 years old, so there's a ton of room for him to grow, mature, get better. This is the type of signing that you see once in a while during the offseason, and a guy that could possibly at some point become a prominent prospect in the Red Sox system, but we just flat out don't know much right now, right? The only things we do know is, again, he's a catcher, he's about 6 feet tall and 190 pounds, and he came from the Future Stars Baseball Academy in Venezuela. Outside of that, this guy is sort of a complete mystery, and mystery is sort of the theme of this video because the second signing the Red Sox made was to sign a minor league contract with right-handed pitcher Charlie Zink. Now, honestly, there is absolutely no information I can find about Charlie Zink unless he is the 44-year-old knuckleball type pitcher Charlie Zink, who the Red Sox actually had in their system back in 2008, and he pitched 4 innings with the big league club. That was his only appearance in Major League Baseball. According to Baseball Reference, this guy retired in 2011, so I highly doubt they're the same person, just have the same name. But outside of that, we have absolutely no idea who Charlie Zink is. Maybe it's a guy we find out who he is later in the season. Maybe he's a guy who we just sort of forget about and never hear about again. But honestly, Charlie Zink is a flat-out mystery. However, the next signing the Red Sox made could be someone the Red Sox actually utilized during the 2024 season, and that is a utility minor league journeyman by the name of Jamie Westbrook, who actually had a really solid season last year with the Yankees AAA affiliate. The utility infielder had a 294 average with a really impressive 400 on base percentage and a little bit lower but still fairly decent 496 slug, good for a 128 WRC plus, or about 28% more productive than the average AAA hitter last season. Westbrook was also given an invitation to spring training, and no, before I get the comments, oh, this is the guy who's going to be our second baseman, the Red Sox aren't going to spend money. He's not, right? He's not going to be that starting second baseman, but Westbrook could actually serve a role at some point on the Boston Red Sox. He spent a lot of time in AAA. He's a little bit older. He's 26, 27 years old. If the Red Sox get down sort of in line here injury-wise, Westbrook could be someone we see in a utility type backup to the backup, break in case of emergency type call-up, right? Where last year we saw David Hamilton in that situation. Maybe this year we see Jamie. Either way, this is a guy who you will be seeing in spring training, and maybe it's a guy that they think can make an impression good enough to be that sort of fourth string utility infielder that the Red Sox need in terms of depth during the 2024 regular season. So while Jamie isn't going to be your starting second baseman, he's probably not going to be a significant impact on the Red Sox. We could see his name come up a couple couple of times, maybe for 2 or 3 games during the regular season. Now, after this, the Red Sox actually made their first major league signing. And no, it's nothing to get super pumped about. It's a guy by the name of Cooper Criswell. And Criswell was signed to a 1-year major league contract and has spent very little time in the major leagues. Last year, he played for the Rays a little bit. Not super successful, though. He had a 5.73 ERA in 33 innings with a not much better 5.25 WHIP and a pretty high 1.545 WHIP. I don't really get this signing. He has a pretty crazy slider, but he doesn't throw very hard. He doesn't have a ton of success. My guess is that the Red Sox saw something in Cooper Criswell that they believe they can utilize to make him a regular successful pitcher. The problem, in my opinion, is that he signed to a major league deal. Now, honestly, I don't think Cooper Criswell is going to be a high impact player with the Red Sox. He does have one option remaining, which probably means he's going to start the year in AAA, and he's going to serve that role that the Red Sox do desperately need, and that is pitching depth, right? Last season, people go down, and instead of calling up Caleb Ort, they could call up a guy like Cooper Criswell, who has had some major league experience. And again, with Andrew Bailey heading the Red Sox pitching staff, with Craig Breslow heading the Boston Red Sox in total, there could be something here that I'm missing, that people are missing, that the Red Sox believe they can bring out of Cooper, and that's probably the reason why they gave him a major league contract. But on this list, talking about possible significant impact players on the Red Sox, Cooper Criswell right now, in my opinion, has the highest chance of doing that. Because he was signed to a major league deal, there is some possibility that he gets to the major leagues at some point. And again, this was the Red Sox first technical major league signing of the 2024 offseason. Not exactly super exciting, but last year we got Joely Rodriguez as our first signing, so it's in line with who the Red Sox are signing first every single offseason over the last couple of years. And finally, the last player signed so far this month is a catcher by the name of Roberto Perez. Now, Perez is the only player on this list with legitimate major league veteran type status. He spent significant time in the major leagues, playing in parts of seasons over 10 years with multiple big league organizations. Going into his age 35 season, he has a career 207 average with a 298 on base percentage and a 358 slug, good for a 75 OPS plus, or about 25% below league average production at the plate. But that's not why the Sox signed him. The Sox signed him because of his defense. Perez is an excellent defensive catcher. In those 10 seasons, not even playing full seasons at the major leagues, he was still able to amass 80 defensive runs saved. He's led the league twice in runners caught stealing percentages in 2019 and 2020, and in those same years, he's also won Gold Gloves. No, Perez is not going to be the starting catcher in 2024. This is a very similar signing to what the Red Sox did last year with Jorge Alfaro, right? Roberto Perez was signed on a minor league contract worth about $1.4 million if he were to make the major leagues. And what he does bring to the Red Sox organization is that sort of third string veteran major league ready catcher that the Red Sox flat out did not have, right? Remember last year when Reese McGuire went down and Jorge Alfaro came up and he was absolutely terrible defensively behind the plate? Yeah, that's the situation the Boston Red Sox are looking to avoid with this signing. Perez has actually been on the Red Sox radar for a little bit now. Last year, they had a lot of interest in signing him. He ends up signing with the Giants and had shoulder surgery, only being able to appear in 4 games with the Giants. So it worked out well for the Red Sox. But this year, again, kind of like Jamie, break glass in case of emergency signing, which does serve an important role with the Red Sox, right? Because after Reese McGuire, you didn't really have any true catching depth at the AAA level that was experienced and that was MLB ready. Roberto Perez probably won't get a ton of ABs, probably won't get a ton of games behind the plate for the Boston Red Sox, but the knowing he's there is a really solid option for the Red Sox. Knowing that, hey, in case Connor Wong or Reese McGuire get injured, or in case one of them is really not performing or something like that, you have an option available. And to me, that's a really, really important signing. And again, is it going to be the difference between the Red Sox making the wild card or the Red Sox finishing below 500? Absolutely not, but it could help get wins here or there throughout the regular season, and that's a really important signing. Now, overall, I think there's a theme right now with the Boston Red Sox. We haven't gotten the splashy, needs its own video type signing so far, and that's probably due to the market itself. Yesterday, it was confirmed that a lot of starting pitchers aren't even really taking offers until Yamamoto signs with a team, so everything's sort of at a standstill right now. The Red Sox realize that, and they say, hey, okay, so everything big is at a standstill right now. Let's focus on our depth. And is it exciting? No. Does it frustrate frustrate fans? Absolutely. But getting these depth pieces is a necessary signing to a big league club's success. Over this course of 162 game seasons, you're going to have guys who just flat out lose it. You're going to have guys who get injured. You're going to have guys who get significantly injured and spend a lot of time on the IL. You need plans C through Z, and a lot of these guys who were signed over this month and even last month as well qualify under that list. So plans C through Z. A and B go down. All right, let's focus on C, see if we can get him somewhere and get us some wins during the regular season while we're waiting for plans A and B to come back into effect, right? That's sort of what we're seeing right now from the Boston Red Sox. And again, I don't really think it's a super bad thing. I actually think it's a necessary evil, and I'm kind of glad they're getting it out of the way now, so when the floodgates do open with free agency, they can truly focus on their big pieces. But that's just my opinion, so let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think of these depth signings? Do you care at all? Is there anyone in here who you're interested about? Is there anyone in here who you're like, what are we doing? How did the Red Sox sign this guy? Let me know all your thoughts on the Red Sox sort of signings you may have missed in the comment section down below. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the red seats.